Welcome back on board as we take off on part 3 of our epic 50 flights round the world. Leaving Oshkosh behind, we flew VFR to Lansing in Michigan, where with USA border formalities satisfied, we filed IFR for Niagara, Canada, and an overdue catch-up with Aussie expat and celebrity winemaker Renee. Good weather is needed for a North Atlantic crossing, and with forecasts predicting strong headwinds and icing conditions, we did not hesitate to wait for an improvement. The French settlement of Mount Joly and capital of murals was just the place. As predicted, a suitable North Atlantic system emerged, so we were off, IFR over the St. Lawrence Seaway, through the weather gap and into Goose Bay for an overnight stay.
The lovely handler at Mont Joly was Gilles, and he's quite determined that should we not make it to Goose Bay today, we're to turn around, go back to Mont Joly and stay with him.
Well, there's some uncertainty about Goose Bay. We've got it's a 2.5 hour flight for us there today. We've got a good tailwind at the moment, but we're holding Mount Joly as an alternate because there's not a hang of a lot of places up around Goose Bay, and they all have the same weather at the moment, which is quite low cloud, misty conditions, and some light rain. So it's all a little bit, we just don't know how it's going. The TAF is going for a bit of improvement, by the time we get there. So, however, it's well served with instrument approaches. We've got an ILS, we've got the RNAV approaches, and the RNAV goes down to 200 feet above the aerodrome, 250 feet above the aerodrome height. So I think we've got a reasonable chance of getting it.
And I've got 135 gallons on board today.
135 gallons, yeah.
So we do have good reserves should we require them.
Yeah. It's good smooth flight conditions at the moment. I see we're doing 161 knots ground speed. So we've got a handy, as we would say, a handy little tailwind.
Yes.
And we're flying the airways up to Goose Bay. And we're overnight there tonight, and then tomorrow go on to Narsarsuaq. The weather tomorrow is quite good, and that's especially good at Narsarsuaq. Hence, it's I guess why we want to try and get to Goose Bay today. There's not much wind at Goose Bay, just kind of low stratusy conditions. But looking straight ahead, it's pretty good. And then we're going to do the RNAV on runway 08. So we'll go away and prepare for that.
We can do this?
Yep. Direct to the transition point, Lesak. So that's now all in the system, and if we could have some top of descent checks, that would be great. Right, we have 11 miles to Lesak to go.
Bravo Alpha Zulu Tower, 119.1.
119.1, good day, thanks sir.
Entered.
Yeah. Goose Bay Tower, Zulu Kilo Bravo Alpha Zulu, approaching Lesak and about to commence RNAV runway 08.
Zulu Kilo Bravo Alpha Zulu, runway 08, wind 1106, altimeter 3003, report SATAC.
3003 and a broadside deck. Zulu, Kilo Bravo Alpha Zulu.
Bravo Alpha Zulu, who is your servicing agent in Goose Bay today? Where are you parking?
Woodward.
Woodward, thanks.
Okay, gear going down.
Gear down.
Green.
Green, check.
Right, 28 is it?
28.
What's the height of ZK?
1810. That's good.
Zulu, Kilo Bravo Alpha Zulu, ZK.
Bravo Alpha Zulu, roger, continue.
Zulu, Kilo Bravo Alpha Zulu is visual runway inside.
Zulu Kilo Bravo Alpha Zulu, wind 1007, clear to land runway 08. And you can land long pilot's discretion to exit for Bravo, that's 8,000 feet down the runway off the right hand side.
Bravo and clear to land runway 08.
Yeah, Bravo was the fourth one, 2, 3, the fourth one, sort of down.
Way down.
Way down.
Yeah, we'll land long. Alright, looking for some flaps now.
Just going past Charlie. Now.
So, Charlie, the next one's Bravo, right?
Yep, so you can...
Bravo Alpha Zulu, right on Bravo, ground 121.9er off the runway.
101.9er, and thanks a lot.
Looks like there's been quite a lot of rain. Yeah.
A lot of...
Ground 931 is in Charlie for hangar 14.
931, taxi hangar 14, have a good day.
Hangar 14, you tune up. Thank you.
It was the 1st of August and 24-hour daylight. With required documentation complete, it wasn't long before we were in our Comanche, suited up for the flight to Greenland.
Well, I think we've got off to a really, really good start. We're doing between the layers again, and it's very smooth. We've got 155 knots, and we're almost leaving land, headed across to Narsarsuaq.
We had an IMC departure out of the Goose. and climbed up through the cloud, and anyway, we are now sort of in the clear, so to speak, and weather forecast for Narsarsuaq is good, sunny day actually.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah. And I forgot to point out, we're dressed up for the occasion.
We are.
We've checked into Gander on the HF and got really good 5x5 comms with Gander radio. Quite cloudy, but we can very much see blue ahead, and we're still expecting to have a blue sky arrival in Narsarsuaq. Gander radio, Zulu Kilo Bravo Alpha Zulu, 127.9 position report.
Zulu Kilo Bravo, Zulu Gander radio, go ahead.
Position 57 north, 54 west, 1430, flight level 090. Next position 59 north, 50 west at 1535, then Sierra India, maintaining 155 TAS, Zulu Kilo Bravo Alpha Zulu.
GPS technology removes any guesswork navigating the fjords into Narsarsuaq.
Narsarsuaq, Zulu Kilo Bravo Alpha Zulu. We're coming up the sound 5,500 visual, and runway 06 looks good.
After a comfortable overnight stay and a favourable weather report, we stepped into our orange immersion suits once more to head skywards, this time flight number 30 to Iceland.
Information, Zulu Kilo Bravo Alpha Zulu.
Zulu Kilo Bravo Alpha Zulu information, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Out of Nasasarak through flight level 100, climbing 1200.
Zulu Alpha Zulu information, roger, report maintaining with estimate for 62 north, 40 west. I do have a clearance for you when you're ready to copy.
Stand by for that, and we'll go on the flight level. No information. Zulu Kilo Bravo Alpha Zulu, go ahead with that clearance, please.
Again, the ATC clears Zulu Kilo Bravo Alpha Kilo to Reykjavik. Correction, that was Zulu Bravo Alpha Zulu. To Reykjavik via 62 north, 40 west, 63 north, 30 west. Epeni, Eldest, flight level 120, speed 150 knots. And while in controlled airspace, to report ops normal every hour on the hour.
Right. And the airplane's running well, all the temperatures, pressures are all good, and it feels nice and smooth, and we're burning 11.9 gallons an hour. We came out of the Merc, and there was Iceland, and now we've been cleared for a visual approach, which is nice, and we're on our way down to 6,000, and we have a landing clearance. Finals check, get out, great.
Get out, great.
Zulu Alpha Zulu, continue across the intersection, a second sharp right turn on Echo Depart.
Zulu Alpha Zulu.
North Atlantic weather is notoriously fearsome, and Reykjavik was a pleasant place to stay a little while longer while waiting on a weather window for flight number 31 down to Wick in Scotland.
The weather at Wick, or approaching the north of England, is a little concerning. We don't really know what it's going to do. There's a low that's sitting off to the west of the United Kingdom, sort of hovering over Ireland actually, and a strong circulatory pattern around it. And right now we're probably in the area where we forecast some stronger winds were forecast because our ground speed has dropped off. We're now looking at, we're doing about 143 knots ground speed. That should improve a bit further on, maybe in another 100 miles. And if we've timed this correctly, the weather for our arrival at Wick will be pretty good It certainly wasn't this morning, but they were forecasting a clearance mid-afternoon and going on into the evening. So we're aiming to be there at about when that's clearance is in the area. And yeah, it's tomorrow we had better, more favourable in-flight winds, but the forecast conditions in Wick were not as good tomorrow as they are today. So we're taking advantage of what we've got and heading down the track. And the sun is beginning to shine on us. Yeah, we've judged the weather pretty well,
I think you did an amazing job, and I think now that you've been reading the weather in this part of the world for a little while, you're getting to know what the conditions actually are.
Yeah, but let's not get complacent.
We would never be complacent, Barry, never. Yeah. We always err on the side of caution.
On our way down to Wick, and this is the storm system that we wish to avoid and have successfully done so. We were tracking it prior to leaving Reykjavik.
Our weather assessment and flight timing couldn't have been better. It was a fair weather arrival into Wick and the friendly care of the Far North aviation family. It was our 100th day living on the wing, 125 hours in the air, and halfway round the world, headed for Brereton, a former World War II airbase in the heart of Yorkshire. While our trusty Comanche was in good company, we enjoyed catching up with friends and family. But time flies when you're having fun. Before long, it was September the 3rd, and we were back in the air again on a flight path to Russia. First stop, the island of Ronny in Denmark.
Well, here we are out in the middle of the North Sea. It's a really quite a nice day at flight level 100. We're in the Amsterdam FIR.
Jersey 8 Mike Papa, contact London on 128-130.
We've got a good tailwind today, Barry.
We have.
105 at port flight of Volvo 130.
Nice tailwind.
72 Yankee, descend at
25 knots. And we've happened to pass through a cold frontal area. And as you can see, they've got a little bit of ice. It's not as bad as we had a bit earlier on the leading edges of the wings, but it does knock a few knots off our airspeed, and thank goodness we've got a good tailwind because we're still making good tracks across the ground. Just coming out the other side now, windscreen's iced up, but here you can see it's nice and blue. So hopefully that's the end of it, and we can look forward to a slightly warmer temperatures coming down to Ronny.
Russia, we are returning today. Check, flight approval, visas and plan. Then it's up and away. Flight number 34 to Peskov, our port of entry.
60, 70, we're off.
on time 30. You can now contact Sweden Control on frequency 128.18. Have a nice flight.
Zulu Alpha Zulu, now you're clear, direct next point, Vadru.
Cleared Vadru, Zulu Alpha Zulu.
Correct.
We're sitting at flight level 100, having got away from Ronnie at right on 30, that's 0630 Zulu. And it's a very nice day up here at the moment. One stop in Russia to clear customs, and then we're on to Moscow.
Zulu Alpha Zulu, wind 190 degrees 6 meters per second, runway 19, clear to land.
Runway 19, cleared to land, Zulu Alpha Zulu. On our run into Russia now, having been processed at the our entry airport, and I must say it was a very pleasant and non-problematic experience,
I thought
wasn't
the
it?
people there, Barry, were very nice.
Yeah, no, it was really
very
good.
friendly and
Yeah.
interested in what we were doing.
So the people on the approach radar took us, instead of our flight plan route, which was round to the north of Moscow area, they've radar vectored us round to the south. Bit difficult to say at this point, but it looks like they're going to put us onto final for our destination airport, which, by the way, doesn't have an instrument approach. So it'll be interesting. We'll see what they come up with.
I'm sure they'll have it suspect.
Zulu Alpha Zulu, right heading 300, maintain 500 meters height. Zulu Alpha Zulu, descent at height 150 meters. Zulu Alpha Zulu, contact Mechkova Tower 122.1.
Zulu Alpha Zulu is final 06, full stop.
Clear to land, Zulu Alpha Zulu.
Flying in Russia was made possible by Evgeny, and he was there to greet us. With media interviews done, we boarded Evgeny's helicopter for a flight to the Moscow heliport. Thank you so much, Evgeny and Irina, for your memorable hospitality and organisation. It is now the 9th of September and Siberia is calling. We invite you to reboard the Comanche and accompany us on part 4 of 50 flights round the world.